Hello. Is this thing on? Well, samplers, they kind of suck. But this one is working out pretty good. So, what have we got here? Tchaikovsky's 1812 overture. Let's not mess around. I actually did Mozart, then Scott Joplin, Beethoven. I was really surprised that Beethoven went down as good as it did. Um, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a complicated piece of music when you look at the notes individually. You know, you could probably teach a grade 8, class to individually play, Beethoven's Fifth. So it may just simply be a very simple song because it wasn't difficult. So I'm going to try this. This is going to be more difficult, no doubt. I'm familiar with this 1812 overture. I used to listen to it when I was younger, and every once in a while I listen to it and I'm just blown away by it because it's got these massive freaking guns. And what I've got here is a file that was made in 1995, I believe, MIDI by some fella. Um, there's really only MIDI going through this right now. I'm going to add an instrument track. I'm going to add a Roland. Oh hell, we need guns. So let's do the 101 for that because that's how that works. Um, Techno kick drum, solid kick. Where's the kick? Analog kick right here. We go. Okay, let's go. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we'll make that all splashy and shit. But I'm gonna make that the guns. And the only one left to do is basses. So I'll let's go introduce to the Linux sampler. So this thing is part of the Q sampler. Um, this thing was not easy to install, man. Like, I don't know. Okay, so I had an old library. I converted it to Giga Studios. This is the Vienna Orchestra. It originally was a converted to Contact. I can't really get Contact to work. I've had this for a while. So I've seen that the Linux sampler was able to take care of this, so I just converted to the gig format, and then put them all on the hard drive that I have here. The, and the double bass ensemble, let's just pick that. Um, Now these performance ones have the notes and other things built in. There is a way to program this. I have not gotten anywhere close to figuring out how to program these things. There's more software that runs this, but I'm just running it in kind of like basic mode. But let's see. We want a bass, so we want the bass to be kind of like single note dynamic. Here we go. Long notes, that kind of thing with dynamics should be good. And then once it's loaded, you hit the edit over here, and then this comes up. This is part of like gig edit and Linux sampler thing. These look identical. Now these are all the options that you can pick and edit into the sampler right here. So if I know that this like there's 6 contrabasses, and they diminish after 2 seconds. Like it's nice. And you go with 3 seconds. Now I can combine all these. I can add, and this is where you can really get some powerful sounds. Like, but I'll only do it if I need to at this point. Okay, so we have this working right, pretty much lined up. We'll be generous with the sound with these because they're not really that loud to begin with. Rewind, and let's see what happens. Turn it down a bit. That's not very. I mean, that's gonna need some. That's not happening right now. Like you're gonna have to like see this tremolo thing I got right. The way the instruments play with each other, like the style, it hasn't really been determined. It's pretty much just like open notes right now, and it doesn't sound right. But it's still an interesting in the ears though. It's very alien. It's not at all correct. I don't know. It's weird. Let's just move it forward. Like there's something that's just not right there at all. Like, I'd have to listen to the original, but it sounds it might sound better with synthesizers at this point. This is weird. So basically, the process at this point is going to be to go through the individual tracks and make these sound like instruments, because they don't really sound like instruments right now. It does sound interesting. You know, it definitely doesn't sound bad. And the sampler's ability to deal with like the computer can handle quite a lot, and it's not bogging down. And I'm recording, so this is quite a load. Has some weird sounds in there. This MIDI file might be bizarre. I don't know. Let's look at the scribe. Is it gonna do it? Oh yeah. Transcribe MIDI. Yeah, there we go. No crashing yet. Oh God. This is wild. Okay, we're losing some notes now. I think this is like, I guess when the notes are high, this reserve is up, and then as it goes down, it's like running out of gas. Because I'm kind of losing shit now. Okay. Okay, I think a lot of the weird sounds that's going on is there's just way too much of a load on the computer. So there's definitely some some samples that are being left out, and I kind of expect that. I mean, this is a heavy load. Just wanted to see what we can do, but it was at the beginning when I was just doing the just going through the one tracks at a time. And then it was much better. We just listened to maybe one track. Okay. Anyway, we've got a lot of work to do. I'm intrigued by this. I'm gonna go through each individual instrument and make them sound as pure as possible, and at the same time probably get into actual scripting and actually performing or programming the samplers so that it actually does sound like a real orchestra. And so there's a lot of work to do yet. But certainly the technology is there, and now it's just a case of the creative work. Yep, and really, there's hardly not much of a load. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm just gonna go. Let's see, applications. Activity monitor should stay here. Okay, so there's a pretty good hit there with the computer with the whatever processing, but it's pretty cool. Not bad. We're good. Okay, come back when we're done.